Good morning students. Today we are going to see about the concept of inheritance. In the last class we have seen the basic concepts of object oriented programming like object, class, encapsulation, abstraction. So what is meant by class? Class is a blueprint of objects. So without a class we cannot create objects. When we are creating a class, the memory will not be allocated for the class. And what is meant by object? Object is the instance of the class. When we are creating an object for a particular class, then only the memory for the class, that particular class will be allocated. Then encapsulation. Encapsulation is a wrapping up of data and its members into a single unit. So that is the concept of encapsulation. Then the concept is abstraction. Abstraction is a concept of data hiding, which will provide only the essential features to the users. Other information will be hidden from the users. So finally, our today's topic, inheritance. So what is meant by inheritance? Next. So inheritance is the mechanism of deriving the concept of deriving the properties from their existing class. So it is the concept of we are going to create a new class which inherits the properties from their existing class. Then what is meant by base class? The superclass is called base class, that is which is already we have created. The existing class is called as the base class. What is meant by derived class? The new class we have created now is referred to as the derived class or subclass. What are the advantages of inheritance? What are the main purpose of inheritance? Inheritance is mainly used for the purpose of reusability of code, so that we don't want to repeat the codings for all the classes. If you are already created the codings for the existing classes, we can inherit the properties, means the data members and their methods in their derived class. So that is the main advantage of the inheritance. So this is the syntax for creating a inheritance. So see, class, subclass. Subclass means our derived class. Suppose we are going to create a new class, that can be defined in the name of subclass name, and we have to place a single colon, so that we are going to inherit the properties from the base class. We are mentioning that colon mention that we are going to inherit the properties from the class name which occurs after the colon. So class, subclass name, colon, access mode. We have seen the access mode specifiers. What are the access mode specifiers? There are three types of access specifiers. One is public, private and protected. See, what is a public? In the case of public, we can access the methods and their members in any part of the program. Okay, if your members or variables have been declared as public, then you can access that variables from anywhere in the program. Then the next one is called private. So private is the default function, that means default access mode in your C++ programming. Okay, if you don't mention any access mode, then the program will automatically taken as private class. Okay, so it is a default access mode in C++ programming. In case of private, the class members and their methods can be used only within that particular class. If you have declared as private that variable, it can be accessed within that particular class only. It cannot be accessed outside the class. That is the concept of private. Then the next one is protected. Protected, if your members and methods have been declared as protected, the concept is same as private. Only the advantages we can use in the derived class also. That is the only advantage of protected access mode. Then superclass name. Superclass name is the existing class. Means already we have written the created the base class, that name have to be mentioned in the superclass name. So see the syntax for the inheritance. First is class, so that is the default keyword when we are creating a class. Then the subclass name, that is the derived class name. Then access mode, in that you have to mention whether it is private, public or protected. Then the superclass name, mention that it is a base class. Okay, that base class name have to be placed there.